So, you keep indulging in bad habits. You keep doing bad things, especially if you know that it's bad for you. You know deep down that it's bad for you. And even if you're doing good things, you're still doing bad things on the side. And you just can't help it. You just can't help it. Alright? You keep having urges. You keep having urges to eat junk food, to do bad things, whether it's smoking or, literally, it can be any bad habit. You just keep having urges to just keep doing it. You want to know why that is? I mean, you could probably say, it's just, you can't fight the urge. But do you know what fighting urge actually means? And that is to have strong discipline. See, if you keep doing bad habits and you can't help it, you probably have very weak discipline. What does it mean to be disciplined? It means to do the hard work, especially if you don't feel like it. That's what it means to be disciplined, right? Now here's the thing. I used to be in your shoes before. All right, I used to do I used to do bad habits before. All right. I'm not gonna get into what it is, but I used to do there. It wasn't. Not everything was nice, But here's the thing. When I actually cut myself out from doing bad things, when I cut myself out from doing bad habits, and I started to focus more on the good habits, and every time I got an urge to do a bad habit, right? Every time I got an urge to do a bad habit, I would just simply say no, I'm not gonna do it. That completely changed me. That completely changed me as a person. See, here's the thing. You need to have very strong discipline in order for you to do anything. Because here's the thing. Being disciplined is about doing hard work. And here's the thing. If you're doing hard work, that basically means that you're going to be distracted with that hard work. Alright? You're not going to have time to do bad things. You're not going to have time to... You're not going to have time to do bad habits. You're probably not even going to have time to have the urges of doing those bad habits. Right? That's what I used to have. Right? I used to have urges. Right? I would always, every now and then, I would always get an urge to do something bad. But here's the thing. I fought it. Alright? Every time I got an urge, I basically said, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I'm focusing on what I have to do. Right? Right? So I always said no. Right? Whenever you get an urge to do something bad, you should just focus on your goal. Focus on your mission. Focus on what you actually want to do. Because here's the thing. If you're focusing on what you have to do, you're going to realize that, oh shit, I have something to work on. So you're not even going to have time to do bad things. You're not even going to have time to think about those things. Because guess what? You have better things to do. And that's part of discipline. Now here's the thing. Being disciplined means that you're delaying gratification. Alright? Now, I could go on the whole thing of dopamine detox or things like that, but let the manosphere creators talk about this, because first and foremost, if you couldn't realize already, I'm not a manosphere creator. All right, I don't plan to be one, not at all. But basically, the whole thing about being disciplined, one part of it at least, is to delay gratification. All right. Instead of focusing on the instant pleasure stuff, instead of getting instantaneous pleasure, you're delaying gratification. You're saying no to the instant pleasure, and you're welcoming delayed pleasure. You're welcoming long-term pleasure. That's what you're doing, right? That's part of being disciplined. All right? Now, doing that is automatically going to make you stop doing bad habits, right? Because here's the thing, you're focused on your goal, you're focused on your mission. So at the end of the day, you're really not going to have any time to do anything outside of that. You might save a little bit of time, but here's the thing, you have to fight the urges. Every time you get a bad urge, you have to fight it. Every time your lizard brain tries to tell you to do that thing, to do something that's bad, you should literally speak to its face. You should literally speak to its face and tell it, watch me do the opposite thing. All right, you're not even gonna care. Straight up, you're not even gonna care, right? So, honestly, just focusing on your goal, focusing on your mission, delaying gratification, getting rid of the instantaneous pleasure, and just focusing on what you have to do, that can really get you that can really get you to really high places, honestly. It really can. Just having that mindset can really help you. All right? And that's part of being disciplined. You have to be disciplined. As a man, you have to be disciplined. I mean, I feel like it's common sense, but some people don't know this. All right? Some people don't know that it can really help you to be disciplined. It really can. All right? You would have to think about all the great things that you can accomplish from being disciplined. And I know that some people are going to tell me, oh wait, but it's hard. It's hard to be disciplined. Well, that's literally the point. It is hard to be disciplined. You have to be hard on yourself. You have to be hard on yourself. You have to delay gratification. You have to delay all those bad habits that you literally think. You think that these things are doing good things for you, when in reality they're not. They're not. All right? That's the thing. Being disciplined is about doing the hard thing. And it's about not doing the easy it's basically about doing the hard thing, especially if you don't want to. Especially when you don't want to. You should just say, well, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's what it means to be disciplined. There is one more thing I want to add about being disciplined, and that is, when you're doing hard things, and you keep on doing it, at first you're going to think, well, this is hard. I don't want to do this. But here's the thing, when you keep doing it, when you continue to be disciplined, when you continue to be that way, you're going to realize that you keep doing this thing. You keep doing this thing where you just keep doing hard work, especially when you don't want to. You're going to keep doing hard work. You're going to keep pressuring yourself to do hard things. You're going to realize that it's not as bad as you think. It really isn't as bad as you think because you're used to it now. So honestly, I would say start having strong discipline right now. Every time you get an urge to do something bad, just straight up go right now. As an actionable step, what you can do right now is speak to yourself and tell yourself, when you get an urge to do something bad, just say, I'm not going to do it. I am not going to do it. And instead, you're going to do something hard. You're going to do something that you probably don't want to do. Like, for example, if you're studying, all right, if you want to do something bad, you're going to say, well, I'm not going to do that thing, and I'm going to go study. You're going to replace that urge with something that's actually good for you. That's very powerful. If you can have that, that is a very powerful motive to have. And yeah, like I said, you have to be disciplined. Make sure that you're disciplined. With discipline, things come very well. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about. So, You keep indulging in bad habits. You keep doing bad things, especially if you know that it's bad for you. You know deep down that it's bad for you. And even if you're doing good things,